welcome back to my channel. So the star of the day is this bookshelf, and it's more like a book showcase than a bookshelf because there are lots of things other than books with lots of memories. So I keep them here because I want to cherish my memories. Here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shelves. And also at the bottom here are 3 cabinets. Actually I could add some more shelves here, but I didn't do that because I wanted to keep some things, those I don't want to display them, but I need to keep them. So here are extra tissues, containers, toothbrushes, candle, crafting paper, sheets, and etc. Okay, I've attached these glass doors here because in our country we have kind of warm weather, and that's why we have dust in anywhere and everywhere all the year round. So I need to protect my books and other things from excessive dust. And also here's the lock for extra protection or whatever. And this thing have decorated it with these things. Actually I had plans to add some green vines here, but when I went to buy them, they are not available. So I had to come up with other idea, and I think it looks good because it's such a color that just lights up. Maybe in future I'll add some green vines here. Until then it will be here. This video will be long, so grab your coffee like me and let's proceed. Let's open it first.
I've shared about the left side shelves in the part 1 video, and now in this video I'll share about the right side shelves.
So now I'm on the right side of my bookshelf, and this shelf is the first one from the bottom. Actually there's no book here. Mostly these are different kinds of notebooks from my school and college days. Okay, so now these are my practical and experiment notebooks, maths, English. They hold lots of memories of that time of my life, and I still remember that little girl who worked hard day after day to do better and better. I remember that little myself. She is an inspiration to me still now. These 3, they are some actual notebooks. This one is from my school days actually, and the original cover got a little bit damaged, so I changed it with this pink one because pink is my favorite color, and I have added pink here and there in all the shelves. Now these 2, they are recent notebooks. This ringed one is a gift to me from myself actually, and this one here in this black box, there's another notebook, and it was a gift from my brother. I've already used it, but I like it so much, so I keep it here. Now this one is the box of my globe. You have seen my globe in my desk tour video. And here are some other miscellaneous items, and I'm not interested to share about them that much. Okay, now this one is a shuffle style infinity calendar. I made it myself. I have a video on making this calendar. I'll give the link of that video in the description box below and also in the info cards. Please check that out if you are interested. So that's all about this shelf mostly. Now we'll go to the upper shelf.
Now here on this shelf I have books from my school and college days, and they're mostly story books. Okay, here is a tasbih, and this is a prayer related thing, but I kept it here. I have a number of them. It's beautiful and I think it looks good, so I keep it here. Now onto the books. So the first one, this book, is an English book for kids, and it's actually a kind of comic books. Now these books, here are some English books and some Bengali also. These are mostly story books. Now this yellow book, this book is about a great Oli, a very religious person who is pious and also knowledgeable. He's a great one. Now these 2 books are fairy tales book from my country and some other countries. These 2 books, the green one and this one. These are about ghost stories. They are suitable for kids. The ghost stories some are really funny, so they are not horror books. Now these 2 books, the violet and the blue one, these 2 books are from the same writer in our country. He is actually a poet, but he wrote some stories too. These 2 books are like that. Now this book about the sailors in the Bud, it's actually his adventures on sea and the trades he did. And there are some other books, some poetry books. Now these books, they're mostly story books and word books from my school. Now here are some other books, and I want to share about this one. This contains a lot of bird photography. I don't do photography, but I like photography so much, so I kept this. Now here are some other childhood books, and I like one here, that is the Snow White. Actually in my childhood I liked the Snow White story very much, but later days I like the Beauty and the Beast, the Belle story more, the Snow White story. So but it's a childhood favorite, so I kept it. Well, with this Snow White book I should also mention about another book. The book is a cartoon book, but the character is not an imaginary one but a real one from our history. That great man Fazlul Haq, who is known as Shere Bangla, that means Tiger of Bangla or Tiger of Bengal. I liked that book very much. It was actually my sister's, but later I managed to keep it. Now this book I want to share about it. It's a great book by our national poet Kazi Nazrul Islam. He is a great poet and writer and lyricist. He is a great person, and this book is actually a play suitable for children, so it's interesting. Now this book is a religious one, religious lectures and Q&A, etc. Now these books are my school magazines. Actually these three, it's a story book, and these are some books from my school days. They are actually textbooks, and here are some other books, comics, and the last here are the Tintin series. These books are actually very old and torn out. They are in a very bad condition, so that's why I decided to cover them with colorful papers and other things. And I'm planning to share another video about the behind the scenes of the videos, how I created the covers and some other little works. So yeah, there's that. Now the upper shelf. This shelf is also a beloved one because most of the books here are the prizes and gifts I got in my school days and later days. I won't share each and every books here, but some. So this one is also a book by our national poet. I like it so much. Okay, this book is The Wizard of Oz. It's actually the Bengali translation of that book. I like it. This book is about Napoleon Bonaparte. This book is Ben-Hur by Lew Wallace, and it's also Bengali translation. This book is about our last prophet's family. I like this book so much, and this book is about some stories of our religious great people, and they're not just stories, they're lessons. They're great. I like it. This is a comics book, the favorite one from my childhood, the character Mina. Now this book is the Jules Verne's stories. They are the Bengali translation of Jules Verne's writings. This one is a gift actually, not prize. The books with ribbons are actually prize. This one is also gift, and this one is also a kind of gift or souvenir. It's from the farewell program of our school days. Each and every student got a book, and I got this. And this book, I like it so much. It's Selma Lagerlöf's The Wonderful Adventures of Niels, and also this book is in Bengali, the Bengali translation of the original book. This book is that crazy guy's book, Adolf Hitler, and his book Mein Kampf. I think this man is crazy, but still he wrote a book. There's something interesting. And this book, it was a gift from one of my colleagues. It's a poetry book by him. It was good. Okay, in all my shelves there are other books and things behind the displayed ones, but I don't want to share about them that much, so I'm just keeping that thing. Oh, I forgot to mention about one thing I wanted to. So this one is a handwritten little magazine from my childhood. It has a special memory. I was about 6 or 7 years old at that time, and at that time I wrote some verses myself, a poem of 4 verses maybe, and the name was that The Moon and the Sun. It was obviously in Bengali, but I'm just translating. Yeah, that verses of mine. And also my sister wrote a little poem too. So here in this magazine, it was published. It was a very sweet kind of memory of me and my sisters. And I've changed the cover because the original cover got damaged. So yeah, that's that. Okay, now I want to share this thing. It's an interesting thing. I know you've already understood that it's not a real clock, it's a fake one. but still I know that you don't know what it actually is. It's actually the lid of this basket. See, it's really interesting, and it was a Lego. And in my childhood I like okay, let me show you. See, this one is the lid of this basket. See, I like it so much. Actually, in my childhood, I loved Legos a lot. So when I did some great result, my cousin, she gifted me this Lego, and as I've grown up, I don't play with Legos now, but still, it's a very sentimental and beloved piece in my collection. I love it so much. Thank you, my sister, who gave it to me. I still remember and I cherish that memory, so I kept it here with all my prize and gifts thing. Now about the last shelf. So now about the most upper right corner shelf. Here are some interesting items. These two, they are actually crests. I got them for good results. Normally I display them the front side, but now I've displayed the back side because there are some confidential information, etc. There are some other crests for my results, and also we got them on our freshers reception day and also our farewell day from university. This one I want to share about. It's not a set like this. I made it like this, and the bowl came free with noodles. I added these flowers. They are very old flower in our house and they were dirty, but I like them, so I washed them and I decorated this thing here. Actually, I had plans to add pink flowers with that orange bowl, but as I couldn't manage some pink flower right at that time and I had these flowers, but I liked them so much, so I alternated the idea and I kept this in this color and I painted this in pink. Originally it was orange. I painted it with my brother's help. Also about the bowl, I have a video on that, the way I painted it and added the flowers, so I will add those clips of modification of this with the book covers modification I've previously said in another video, I think. And now about this box. Actually, in my childhood days when I was in school, I did some craft type of works, and let me show one. And this one, this was my very first one. I made it and I still like it. They are kind of decorative pieces. I made a number of them like these calendars and some other decorative pieces, cards, etc. And I kept them in this box. Actually, I wanted to display them, but if I wanted to display them, I needed more shelves than one, and also the shelves are deep, so I can't display them properly. I have to place them one behind one, then another one behind, so I don't like that idea. I want to display them in the front, so I need shelf by side. They should be wide, but by depth they should be less wider. And also I have already said that we have dust problem, so it's not a good idea to display them just like that, so I ended up keeping them in the box. I think maybe in future one day I'll share about those things in another video, what I made, and lots of memories there. And also this box is also a memorable one. It was a cake box actually, and that cake I still remember. It was the very good cake, one of my childhood birthdays. My cousins bought and brought it. I remember that day, and so I keep it. So yeah, these are all the things. So that's all about the main bookshelf tour part 2. And the thing is, language and literature is the great part and identity of a nation and their culture. I feel that and I cherish it in my way, and I want to share it. So that's all about the second part of my bookshelf tour and other talks here. I hope you enjoyed and maybe find some inspiration for yourself, your own books and bookshelves too. That's all for today, and as always, help yourself, help others, stay elegant. Take care.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about this bookshelf. I keep them here to cherish my memories, and yellow is and I still remember that little girl, and this one is from my school days.